Hello, dividend executives. Welcome back. It is Monday, so you already know we are trading options and we are reviewing our plays from last week. And my gosh, we have done it. We are now on episode 18. If you've been following this, we started this series a long time ago, 19 weeks ago. And the goal is to take this account from $10,000 to $18,000. We've had a little bit of a rocky start. We sold, I guess shouldn't say a rocky start, midpoint. We sold a bunch of puts. The account just kept heavily increasing week over week. And then we got to sign some MSTX, and boy, do we have some volatility. We made the tough decision last week to end up being aggressive on our shares because I wanted to get out before earnings. And we'll see if that ends up paying off. But right now, we are at a new all-time high in the portfolio. The account is on the way up, and things are looking really, really good. So we love the position that we're in as of right now. New all-time highs in the portfolio. We are back to selling puts. We completed a wheel cycle, albeit not a fantastic wheel cycle on the very end. But at the end of the day, I'm really happy with where the account is. So let's take a look at a couple of things. Let's look at the plays we are going to be making going forward and how the heck we're going to get this account to $50,000 over the next couple of years. If you guys have been following, you know it's been a bumpy ride, but that is part of the options, and that is part of the stock market. Stocks go up, stocks go down, the volatility we get paid for by selling options. And we bumped off a bunch of goals. We hit the 10K, 11K, 12K, 13K, 14K, 15K, and then now, as of this morning, we are at $16,000 in this small account. It is not so small anymore, which is crazy to think about. That when I brought this portfolio over to Robinhood, we were under... I think we were just at about $7,000 in the account. We've more than doubled our money, and we just don't do crazy stuff either. We just sell puts, we sell calls, we will in, we will out, and we just get it done. So let's take a look at it. For the week, we are at $16,040. We have $216 worth of buying power. For the week, up about 15% or $2,097. For the month, up 32% at $3,800. 3 months, we were up 17.41%. Year to date, we are up 25.79%, where if you look across the X or any of the social media platforms, a lot of people aren't up. SPY's down, Q's down, market's down, Russell's down, everything's down. So it's great to see that we are up 25% for the year. 1 year, we are up 104%. And all time since we opened this account in Robinhood, when they started allowing options trading, we are up $8,529 or 113%. The small account is not so small anymore. We are starting to get some buying power. Of course, we continue to add $35 every single week towards this account. But it's looking really good, and we are 100% back to cash. So we are selling cash secured puts, and slowly but surely, we are just going to continue to build this baby. So not too bad, up 114%. If you look at the very first, when we moved this over, what did we start trade back in March of 2023? So about 2 years ago, we were at $7,500. So from $7,500 to $16,000, not too bad. Took a lot of work, took a lot of trades, took a lot of research, and it took a big stomach. As you guys can see, we've had lots of peaks and troughs. I mean, we went from $9,000 here down to $6,000, worked our way back up into the almost $10,000 mark. We were in February up to about $14,000. We went as low. Let me just go on this 3 month. We got from $14,000 all the way down to $8,800, back up to $15,000, all the way back down to $8,800, and now to $16,000. And we have 100% de-risked. And we own 0 stocks in the portfolio. I sold off all the odd lot, $620 worth of contributions. And this is the play for this week. We have Hood earnings this week. The expected move is about 10.93% or $5.30. 4:30 is the earnings date. And Hood is what I'm really looking at. I love this company. Obviously, I love the product. I love the platform. And I want to bet on it. So when we look at last quarter, right, Q4 2024, they made a lot of money. Credit card net, which I'm going to be looking at for this quarter because they've been rolling out more and more cards, was $8 million in revenue. Cryptocurrency, about $358 million. Options was $222 million. Equities, $61 million. Other revenue, $127 million. And interest, $274 million. So the things I'm really going to be looking for is, are they still making a lot of money on the crypto side, or as crypto has had kind of a lull in the last quarter, albeit the last couple of weeks, I want to see if we're still up there in that $300 million range. net credit cards, I want to see that increase. So when we look at the credit card net, Q1 2024 was 6 million, Q2 2024, and let me just pull up the stock so you can look at this while I'm reading off some of these numbers. Let me just pull the 1 year chart up. Q2 2024 credit cards was 6 million, Q3 4 million, and then Q4 of 2024 was 8 million. So honestly, I would love to see over 10 million here on the credit cards. I think they can get it done. They are rolling this thing out like crazy. Well over 100,000 card members. As you guys know, if you follow me on X, I had a post that ended up going viral, and then all of a sudden Robinhood reached out to me, and 1 day later I get the credit card. So I ended up getting the Robinhood credit card. I'll do the review for it after we get some solid purchasing in on it, and we cash in some of the rewards. But so far so good. So it'll be interesting to see how this continues to grow and how the revenue streams continue to grow there. And then on the interest front, obviously they made $274 million in revenue last quarter. I want to see this grow because they've been promoting margin. They've been paying people to come over from other platforms. And so Hood is the stock of the week with earnings coming up that I want to be selling puts on. So what did we do? Well, we sold some puts this morning. We're down 16 on it, which means if I sold the same puts as of right now, I could have got paid $16 more. I don't really care. Give me the shares at 40. Give me the shares at 45. Give me the shares at 42. I don't really care. Just give me some more shares. And so I'm going to try to get paid to buy some more shares. So what did we do? Well, we sold 4 puts. So you can see we have 4 contracts here. We were paid $40 per contract, and we got a credit of $160, right? So on a $16,000 portfolio, and we're getting paid $160. I mean, that's about 1% for the week, right? So not crazy there, but we do love to see it. I'll take 1% on my money for the week. If we could do that week over week, obviously that would be super fantastic. But going into earnings, there's more volatility, there's more premium on the line. And I took a pretty safe delta, 0.1 delta here. So our chance, what does it say? Yeah, I mean, we have a pretty good chance of getting assigned just given earnings. But if we get down to the 40 range, I'm really happy with that. IV at 157%. And look at the open interest there. So 5,869. Lots of volume on this trade at 27, almost 2,800. And yeah, I'm willing to take some shares there. So we have the shares out. That would be $400 or 400 shares at the $40 strike. If we do get assigned, we will see. But that's where we're sitting. So we're up about 114% in the portfolio. We are at 100% in on Hood for the earnings this week. We shall see how the earnings go. And of course, I'll give you an update once we get there. But I want to jump over the spreadsheet, right? So we're hitting numbers. But I want to talk about the full picture because it's not as pretty. And I made this in my video last week. We talked about what should I do, right? Do I de-risk? I've rode the MSTX ride quite a bit. We saw it go up. We saw it go back down. We saw it go up. We saw it go back down. And so on this roll around, I said, what should I do? I talked about it a little bit last week. And when MSTX started getting close to my strike or close to my cost basis, I said, you know what? I'm de-risking half. And you can see here, I made a trade. I sold my odd lots and I sold 200 shares. I closed those out for a loss, and which was the $310. And so I lost $14 on that trade, and I forfeited all my premium for the calls that last week. And I said, you know what? I'm selling $229 worth of my shares. I'm getting to half cash, and I'll let the other 200 ride out. The other 200 rode out. They ended up getting assigned. And I lost all 429 shares that I had from last week's video, right? And then I went into 100% cash. And the reason why I did that is because I don't want to hold that stock long term. It is a leveraged on MSTR, and they decay over time. And my time with the will had been completed, so we completed the will there. We ended up making $10. We ended up making $10 on that particular trade, and then we lost $150 on the share appreciation. You can see my cost basis is $32.45. I sold some shares at $31.65 and some shares at $32.79. And so the 29 odd lots were at $32.79. The 200 shares were at the $32.45. And then we sold the other 200 above my cost basis at the $32.5, which was the aggressive calls. So we ended up losing about $140 on the will in, will out profit. But at the end of the day, I sacrificed the account balance, right? The only thing that matters is the account balance goes up. I made so much on premiums. You guys can see here on the MSTX side of things, we made $2,700 worth of premiums this year. And so I said, I'm happy with the premiums I have here. I'll take $140 share loss to get back to cash, completely de-risk before earnings on a leveraged stock. And let's try to get ourselves some hood. So that's what we did. So the numbers went down a little bit for April at $646. We obviously took all our wheel gains out for the year for the most part. Now we're down to about $4.11. But the portfolio started the month at $12,646, and now we're sitting over $16,000. So I think it was the right move. And I mean, we'll see how it goes. But I have new all-time highs in the portfolio, so I am not upset with that. So these are the numbers here. Still a stellar month for April. Hopefully these hood puts get assigned. If not, they'll expire worthless, and we'll just continue to sell puts every single week. If you look at April, those are all the weeks. We took a bunch of money out of the 21st to the 25th, closing out 200 of those shares, but that's okay. Still a really good month. The goal in April was $385, and the ending balance goal was $13,371. As of right now, we're going to end about $3,000 above that, and we still almost doubled our goal for April, so we're happy with that. And then when it comes to our balance, right, the annual goal is $5,143. We're about $1,900 away from the annual goal, and it is just closing in on March. And then the potential balance towards the end of the year, based on the scenario that I ran, would put us about $18,184. We're already at 16,000, so we're doing really good. Honestly, if I sold really conservative puts for the rest of the year at like a 0.05 delta on non-leveraged stocks, I think we could hit it without even thinking about it. Of course, you know me, I'm not going to do that. I like a little bit of risk. I can't touch this money for 40 years, so what the heck? And yeah, that's where we're sitting. So this is where that forecast is off of. You can see here the 18,184. This is based off of 3% every month, compounding the balance. And we're obviously, we're sitting at where we should be almost in September of 2025. So we're way ahead of the game. And that's why I chose to get back to cash and just reset the account. I ended up selling across all of my accounts, 1,400 shares of MSTX, and just completely de-risked out of that sector. I have a lot of other other crypto plays, and because Bitcoin's at $95,000, I said it's time to just reset a little bit, get me heavy on cash. I think my IRA, I went to about 65% cash, and then we're just going to get back to the cash secure put game. So that's where we're sitting as of right now. We're absolutely killing the goals. We're 87% of the way to our balance goal of 2025. We hit 100% of our goal for April, and then we'll hit it again in May, and we are just moving our way. So that's where we're at as of right now. Those are the trades I made. That's what I decided to do. We are 100% back to cash in the Robinhood traditional IRA. We're up 114% for the all-time, and for the year, we're up 104%. So not too bad, given how this year has gone. Hopefully everybody's accounts are going well. Hopefully this nice recent pump in the market has helped everybody's accounts, and you are making some money on the covered call side of things. But I appreciate everybody as always. Let's continue to rock it. Big week as far as earning goes. So just, keep in mind that we have a lot of earnings coming up on the calendar for this week. I made a post about it on X, yesterday. We have about 42% of the weight in QQQ, or 34 companies reporting this week. And then the SPY, 182 companies this week at 41% of SPY's weight. So lots on the table. Appreciate everybody as always. Happy trading, happy investing, and we will catch you next time.